Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today we are going to do a little project and I have no idea what to call them. Maybe we can call them box tags or something like that. The other day on Hazel Wanaka Designs, she made some just embellishments and clusters using some little boxes she had. And that reminded me of these little boxes that I had gotten from a thrift store or something. And these are kind of pretty, and I've held off making something because I didn't really know what to make. But when I seen her video, it kind of gave me a couple ideas. So what we are going to make are some tags. Now I think these turned out pretty darn cute. So I'll show you what I did, and I'm mostly using scraps. So these are all perforated. I don't know how well you can actually see, but you're supposed to make a box and it's got kind of like a pointed roof and just different things. And they're a beautiful metallic, like a wine purplish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this apart. And because a lot of the edges are perforated, which is okay, I don't mind that, you get a nice rough edge, which is kind of nice. I'm going to take this little piece off as well. And let's just rip that off. I'm not going to rip all the pieces apart, but you get the idea. And the bottom, of course, it's supposed to, crisscross between each other. So all the bottoms are kind of weird. But when I started, the first one I made, I took the bottom off. And then I thought, well, why can't I leave it on? So that's what I started doing. It makes a little bit better size tag. Let me get a book page. I do like the book page underneath. This one here I did scrapbook paper. This one I did a book page, and then I just backed it with whatever I had. So I better get a piece of that out too. This one here should work. It's blue on that side, but that's okay. Now, once I decided I'm going to leave this piece on. Now I could do the book page going this away. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's start. We're going to glue this piece down first. And everything I picked out just kind of seemed to fit together really nicely. Like things were just the right size. And a lot of times I just kind of take that as, you know what, it was just meant to be that way. And I'm going to put just a little bit up on here. I do want this to hold down, but I don't want to take all day gluing it down because otherwise my glue is going to be drying. But I want it to stay down good. So we got all that there. Let's glue this down, and the main place I want to see the book is right there. So thank you, Hazel, for this idea, because that's kind of where it started from. I'm just going to roughly cut this down. Now let's glue it down to our cardstock. Now I'm going to glue it to the blue side because I'm not going to see it once I'm done anyways. I'm not worried about going kind of on the outside of my front piece because we're going to cut it out anyways. Let's put that down. And this is a good way. Use up book pages, use up scraps of cardstock. Make sure I've got it all glued together nice. Okay, let's cut this out. Now I want to keep this little bit. So let's cut that straight across there. And cut up on there. And around. And this is actually kind of a nice little size for these tags. I don't want to cut off all of that little rough edge. I want some of that left on there. Okay, now I'm going to ink this up. It'll help get rid of any white on the edge from, well, cream, I guess, from the bookmarks, or from the book. Would make a good bookmark. And I am going to ink up this side, just because that's going to be the back of our tag. So I decided I was going to use up 4 of the boxes I've got. So it's 16 tags I'm going to have all together. Now, not too long ago, I got some Happy Mail from Sandy. Thank you again, Sandy. And in it were the little tiny cards. Now, I thought these were really, really cute. So let's take one. And wouldn't you know it, that they are the perfect size for in here. They are the perfect size for in here. So I thought that was remarkable. I thought, well, they're meant to put it on here. And I really like them. I think they are really, really cute. And when I did the video of the Happy Mail from Sandy, I said in the video that I wanted to use these up. And I was going to leave them on my desk, which I did. And then, lo and behold, Hazel put out the video using the boxes. And then next thing you know, here I am. So we got that. But we're going to put, let's put a little bit of lace under it. Just to give it, this one here, I actually put some shiny leaves. There was a leaf on my desk. I have a little basket right here that I throw odds and ends of weird things in there. And there was this leaf in there, so I cut it in half. Actually, I cut the wire out, and then I put it on here. This one I put on a little piece of paper towel underneath it. But this one is just going to be a little bit of lace. I think I'm going to put that one like down a bit so that way I can see the bottom. Okay, it's a bit wider than what I would like. So we'll just trim it down because I don't want to take away too much from this. So let's put that kind of there, and then that'll go on top. That'll work. That will work. So let's just gonna set my lace there. It gives me an idea of how high I want to go. Down here I can do quite a bit. Let's try that. I do want a little bit of glue behind the lace to kind of hold it in place. Okay. Now we can glue this on. And these are such cute little pictures. And a lot of them have a little bit of like a brownish red, a wine color, whatever color you want to call that in it. So I thought they really went good with these. Now this might take a bit to glue down. So let's just kind of hold it down a bit. Gluing down on top of the lace, so I want to make sure that it glues it down. I could use hot glue, I guess. But yeah, so I thought, well, I'll do a little mass make of these. And I'll use up these cute little pictures. I really, really like them. I'll use up some scraps of lace. I'll use up a few of the boxes that I had. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch torn apart here. I got that one there is from, it was on the same box that this was, that I decided I was going to take the ends off. So I have two little weird shapes. Not sure what I'll do with those yet, but all the rest I left longer. So, okay, now is this, hopefully this is glued down. Now let me bring in this little cutting mat thing. Because I decided, well, you know, they got these two things here. And I thought, well, what am I going to do with those? Leave them. But I decided to put a piece of fabric strip in there for my tie. Now I happen to have this thing. Now this is, it's got an M on it. It says 1/4 inch. It has a bunch of these ends. And they're actually for cutting holes into paper so you can string ribbon through it. Now I bought it probably 4 years ago. And I've used it maybe twice. So that's what I'm using. So this 1/4 inch happens to fit in here just perfect. And then press down, gonna rock it. I think you're supposed to hit it with a hammer, but I just got it and I'm just pushing it down. And then, no, not quite. It takes a little bit of work. But probably with a hammer it would be fine, but I didn't want to use a hammer while you guys are on video. That looks pretty good. And then I can just rip that out. Literally rip it out. But that's okay. Let's put a little glue on there. The other two actually went really good. Which is typical, right? On video, it's never gonna go as good. And then get it right in there. We just gotta, oops. There we go. That's how it's supposed to come out. So this is, I'm thinking this might be a 3M product. Because of the M. I'm not 100% sure. So if anybody knows who puts this out, there's about, I'm going to say there's about 5 heads, all different widths. So handy dandy little tool. Now let's see. I got all kinds of ribbons and laces. And I can also feed it from the back or the front. So then you get a totally different effect. Well, this one's covered up, but it's going through on the back. And this one is coming through on the front. So it all depends on what look you want to do. I'm going to do it from the back. Start at the back and feed it through. Now, because these are at a bit of an angle, it was kind of hard, not hard, but trying to decide what to do, like should I tie it in a bow or what. So anyways, I just put a little glue underneath there, and then from the back side I will I'll glue the back down, but these I kind of just brought up and then I glued underneath. And after now thinking about it, I should have actually done it the opposite way, but that's okay. So I'm going to put some glue here, and then this is going to go there, and this is going to go there, and it's just going to get held in place with that little bit of glue. Not really, I mean, I could staple it down here, but that's not going to help the back any. Put a little bit of glue on the ribbon this time. And again, I will make these, make them, do them in sections. So I'll, you know, put cardboard on the back and then so on and so forth. So let's trim this down. And those are a little bit too long. But it's also the way that they're kind of almost making an X. Wow, these scissors are not liking that ribbon. And then just to decorate it a little bit further, I got these little flowers. I got them in, they were in one of my Thrifty Canucks videos, but I've been using them. So there they are there. They used to have foam on the back and foam in between, and I just pulled the foam off to make it just a normal flat flower. And I think I'm just going to put it right over on this side. Let's just glue this down. And let's just put it down here. I put odds and ends of things I want to use up right away into this little jar. So that's what I've been pulling out of the last while when I go to make something. And then in my jar I had this one little piece of bling, and this flower was missing its centerpiece, so it now gets a little piece of bling in there. Let's make sure that I get it centered. Let's push it down. A little bit of glue is coming up and around, but I'll use my nail to, and then I'll wipe it on my clothes. Not my clothes, my crafting uniform. And then I cut these out of, I think I had some beat up postcards or something, or greeting cards, and this was on it. There was a few different ones. So I'm going to glue that right on the top. I used one in one of the other ones that I made. And that is going to go right up here. So it kind of covers up those holes. Some do, some don't. This one I put put something. This one I didn't put nothing on the top. So it all depends on what you want. So there is another one. Now, oh, that's weird. I guess some of these, oh yeah, some are longer than others. Because you can see this one ends there, but this one is like a good 1/4 of an inch longer. Same with this one. But that gives me some nice little tags. This long one is about 5.5 inches, a little over 5.5, no, a little less than 5.5. And they are 1, 2 3/8 wide. So a nice little size, that is for sure. But I've got, you know, odds and ends of ribbons that I pulled out, fabric strips for doing these. And then, like I say, I'll mass make all of these. I think I might be 1 or 2 of these short. So then I'll just find something else to glue on the front. But these are going to look awesome on here. But there we go. So thank you, Hazel, for this idea. And thanks, Sandy, for the little picture embellishments. And the rest of the stuff is just scraps, which I like. Love using scraps. Hopefully you like using scraps as well. Do not know how you would drill these holes out without one of these. I suppose you could poke through it. You could use a razor knife, or you don't even have to do that. Just leave them in there and staple something on the back. I just happen to have this, so I might as well use it. But I do like the way they turned out. So I've got a nice little stack here of ones to finish up. So I always keep my projects just in a basket like this if I can. So I will keep all these scraps in here, just like so. And then I can just quickly grab this and have it on or off my desk, depending on what I'm working on. So there is everything I need to make those. My jar is always on my desk anyways, and if I don't have anything in there, then I go to my bigger size container, which I keep in my cupboard, and this just has odds and ends of all kinds of things in it. I recently cleaned it out, and that's why I started putting some more odds and ends of little goodies, whereas this is more strips of fabric, some odds and ends of lace. There's some ribbons over here, some Aida cloth, that type of stuff. But I won't run out of odds and ends because I have lots. I also keep this on my desk, which is really handy to just throw things into when I'm working on things. So there's probably a few odds and ends in there. I gotta hang that up. Kim Newberg sent that to me. I thought it was really cute. I'm gonna hang it behind my desk and then maybe put my scissors on it or something. But yeah. So there we go. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna work on these some more. And if you can like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, it really, really does help out YouTube channels. And we'll see you again in another video. Bye for now.